Arkansas 64 here, looking at the Boxing Day action various courses in Britain and Ireland. Ones I'm looking at are races that I would just be interested in generally. That would be, in terms of jumps, graded or listed races, not actually listed races today, but graded races, any race worth 20,000 plus to winner, or race of interest, just of a name, and with a link to the national, a couple of cup races at Wincanton, for example. We're going to start with the first looking at Quarterstone Norris's Chase. I like a horse it was actually run at, we'll say, at the distance or within a furlong away of the distance. Now both Thomas Moore and Salva have. Salva though hasn't won on good ground, Thomas Moore has done. Salva could close to it on good ground, but another time won very badly. But Thomas Moore, he's low down the ratings. I use racing post ratings myself because I don't have the ability to do ratings myself. So he's some way off in leading. Salva's at 12 off. But it's 20 to 1 is not a bad price at all in my view. We're going to be a Christmas hurdle. We have 4 horses who I'm looking at here. The only 2 not. I'll give it to OJ, who's actually is somewhere behind the ratings, and also over Sir Gino, top rated. So actually, Gunnace is actually a pound ahead of Gun Racing Post. Actually, sorry, ahead of Sir Gino. And the other one is Triply Flyer. I think it might. No win on good ground. Yeah, that's where he was out. So the other 4. I'm tempted by Golden Ace. The horse is underrated. Wilmington Hurdle was underrated in the Fighting Fifth. I was there, of course. It was underrated there. And he won there, of course, beating a very disappointing Constitution. Well, Constitution fell, everyone else fell. I gave it out much up a hurdle. But if you don't jump, you don't win. And again, he's impressive. Gino not won the hurdles for quite some time because of injury, at all, frankly. And it's a very short price. Horse hasn't won in a year. Rhubarb, it's a little far back in rating for my liking. At the odds against Golden Ace. It was no possibility. Celtic Dino, ratings against the odds. I think the ratings are quite low down for the odds of horses that. So Golden Ace will be my selection in that one. In the King George, 4 horses are qualifying for my basic views of rate or how to read the race. So Banbridge, Yellow, Gaelic Warrior and Ilafonsay. Factor File hasn't won on good ground, hasn't ran on good ground. It's a bit of a guess about him. Yango Bay hasn't won at females, and our club winners have a mixed record in this race. So a few have been placed, but I think possibly Pedro about the only whole our club to ever win the King George. He might have won it King George twice. You see, he won it at least once. But overall, some of them are disappointed as well. Our club winners, I don't also like horses won at towards 3 miles, but at this point in their career. He can always improve, but I'm saying certainly I might. So you can look at that can happen, especially novices. But I am sceptical about the horse anyway. About the horse. He stayed well the Arkle, but just and that Remittance Man was the same sort of horse. He only came third in the King George, didn't win though. Jukebox Man is long down in the ratings. Gallic Warrior is perfectly quality, perfect, just a little short. Looking at the odds here, it's still Jello's 1-7 on Racing Bus War, Jello's 1-7-4, Gallic Warrior is 1-7-8, and Ilafonsay is 1-7-5. Out in prices, I'm going to go for Gallic Warrior, but Ilafonsay is being consistent, he wins well or he wins badly. So I'm going to go Gallic Warrior, but that's. And I think it's going to be interesting, as ever, an interesting race, so I'll go for him. Switches out to Aintree. I look at the 12.30, which is handicap, it's worth 21,000 for winner of horses here. The only one I'm actually interested in here is the top one there, Melodrama. Therefore, basically, things don't qualify, quite simply. Second race is the former Tolworth, with controversy recently, therefore now performing off his hurdle. I've also about Canton possibly closing, and there's arguments I didn't think of that why the Tolworth switched to Aintree, and Aintree said there's Boxing Day meeting now, and they're saying, well, there's planned Jockey Club to maybe now close Kempton and shove racing over to Aintree on that day. I've got to say that is the Jockey Club have not handled Kempton at all well. They've just not kept people informed. They've basically kept very quiet and they're sort of omitting information. And I think I was used to be a member of the Kempton Park Facebook group. And I went off that eventually because all it was, and it was various irregular spam from people, related to horse racing, because no one's posting, because we thought, well, nothing's going to happen. I haven't been like that. I haven't got a first account really of a minute, so I don't know what's happening there. But it is very possible that group's taken off again now, and it's not, and it's a concern. For the race itself, I am not having anybody in the race. We're looking at it. My Daddy Paddy is qualified. I think he's only qualified. A lot of horses are some back in the ratings, so I ignored them for that reason. Daddy Paddy, he's just too short price, 2-1 on. It'd be interesting to see. Favourite for Supreme Novices, so it'd be interesting to see what happened with him. But I think it's not a race for me, a betting race for me. 5 horses winning. Talking about confusion, where possible. Being possibility for the Cheltenham Festival, for Festival Handicap Chase. I think it's still sponsored by Ultima, I can't quite remember. Only horse of the 5 who I'm actually looking here though is Marble Sands, Milder Island, 110 Leopardstown, the Grade 2 Juvenile Hurdle. Looking here at Ben Hur. Basically, he's running on a stiff track. I'm trying to think which it was, at the going and everything. He's won at the stiff track and we're going, winning at soft ground at Thales. It's difficult to say, what Irish are yielding to soft. It's sometimes you have Irish grounds, it's difficult to quite work out what that is. He's won at soft. I'd class that as a pass. At 220, the Grade 1 Novices Chase. July Flam looking at here, again for the same reasons. Romeo Cooley, I'm scared. He has won at 2 mile 1, but only on this hurdle. He's been running at 2.5 miles. I'm just a little sceptical. I don't know whether I'm classing that as winning at the distance or not. With novice hurdle ones. Salvia Monday lost the only race he's had of the fences at a very short price, so he's on a rescue mission. So I'm looking at the mare here, July Flower. Jimmy Arkle trial last time out, so that's a horse looking for this one. Everyone else, I think, gained quite some down behind them ratings against Romeo Coolio. I'm ignoring the Grade 2 Limerick because basically 2.7 hurdle race, but it's a bit too much guesswork for my liking on whether these horses will stay or not. And a couple of cup races, Wincanton 203. And what I'm looking at here is Pedley Wood's only qualifier actually. It's a mixed. When they get into races like, 10 grand to win a race and anything less than that, I'm just interested in races. I like my cup races or anything with an interesting name. The question is whether horses are good enough. A number of these we can have, we tend to run at gaff tracks. And Pedley Wood's won at Wincanton, I think, not really such one a stiff track, but I come on a course win as winning as same as a stiff track win. That would have to be the same thing. So if a horse had won at hurdles at Wincanton, wouldn't count it. I do count a chase, but Wincanton have had those horses had those. The 238, the Harry John DeFosse Memorial Cup, I don't qualify for that one at all. Basically, series of horses aren't that great. And the Lincolnshire National has the same situation really. Horses I'm not sure will stay, and unlike novice hurdles, you really should have had a chance to stay by now if we're going to do so someone will win it. Obviously I don't know who will. Alistair Birch is most close to qualifying, and no one does qualify for me, but Alistair Birch is the nearest to qualifying if I had to have a selection.